the swim gaps from these four in stage 2, Jnr was a 3:37, Brownlee was a 3:40, Velasco was a 3:45, Wilde was a 3:51. So it's 14 seconds between Jnr and Wilde in that one. He needs to go into the water with that lead.
And interesting, both Wilde and Velasco have put themselves in front of the two better swimmers. Again, the smart move to do. They have to swim around them to gap them.
Yeah, Velasco will go into the water second.
Hauser 12 seconds back, home another 2 seconds behind him. Big gaps forming now at the back of the field.
Disappointed with the lack of slipping and falling over on that. I was hoping for more this weekend. Everyone seems to have worked it out. As Wilde leads into the last swim of the day. So much action, and we hope you have been here with us to ride through it all. Georgia Taylor-Brown, so good. Just so good and so composed in the women's race. And now we arrive at the, let me get this right, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th discipline of the day, the swim.
And Velasco swimming very, very well.
Exactly, I was going to say, he's the one we wouldn't expect to see pulling Brownlee. And then Jnr up, but it's certainly Velasco from Portugal doing all the work at the moment on the swim.
Close that gap.
Kenji needs to get on Johnny's feet here. Is that Johnny in third position?
Johnny's
it is.
right on Vasco's feet.
Yeah.
And Kenji looking for his own line, trying to get himself some distance. You see Matt Hauser head down and knows that this, if he can swim across to this group, he's in the hunt to win the race. This is the biggest swim of the day for Matt Hauser. It's all or nothing.
I don't think he's got the run.
He's got the swim.
Potentially. He's definitely got the swim to get up to these guys, maybe. But then the bike run of Hayden Wilde has just been superb. So I'd say Holt Wilde is in the box seat here. Notwithstanding what Velasco, who is now swimming up onto the hip of Wilde,
Hauser will get onto this group. Hauser is going to swim onto the back of this group. You can see the fatigue. So the great swimmers, the natural swimmers, when the fatigue comes in that second and third swim, their technique, their form allows them to swim back up. And it's a massive advantage. These learned swimmers, per se, they didn't grow up in the swimming pool, find it a little bit more difficult swimming under fatigue.
And it's interesting watching Kenji now. Is he playing it sensible here and saying, you know what, I need to save my legs and I'm going to be battling it out for a podium position. I'm not going to swim like I did in the second leg. I'm just going to cruise on Johnny Brownlee's feet and save some energy.
It looks like it. He realises he's not going to get away. It's safer to be together. But the fact that there's no pace with Vasco Velasco now, the two weaker swimmers of this group leading this swim have put Matt Hauser back into play here. I think Kenji thought he probably had enough, and as did Johnny on Matty Hower. But Hauser will be in this group by the end of this swim, and this whole game has changed.
Look at Velasco. Right. That is a phenomenal swim.
It is a race in 5 now. We're going to head down to all the team managers, I think, with Vicky Holland.
Yeah, I've got all the team managers here with me. It's looking like a bit of a 5-way battle. I want to know who's going to win and why.
Well, it has to be Hayden Wilde. He's literally warming up. He's like a diesel engine. He's going to let go soon. He's going to set those turbos in.
My heart says Matty Hower. He's going to swim back on and he's going to put last week behind him.
Clear, Vasco also has a lot of catching up to do, and he has the short chute today.
Well, definitely no doubt that Johnny Brown likes just getting up closer to the front, so that's a Johnny. Kenji.
No explanation necessary. Thank you, guys.
Oh, he's getting really excited now. Kenji. That is a brave interview to do with the characters that were just put in that little rainbow line up there, and all of them were insanely biased, which is exactly what we want to hear from our team managers as Vasco Velasco now leads this swim.
And Hauser gets on the back and takes a bit of a break. Massive swim by Matt Hauser to put himself in the game. That's the advantage of having such powerful swims in the enduro format. He's ready to go around Hayden Wilde, who entered the water first and will come out fifth.
That's a huge swim from Matt Hauser, who actually only posted in the top 2 stages the 9th fastest swim. The fastest swim, and the points were taken by Taylor Reid from Jamie Riddle and Chase McQueen, so the 2 sharks in the top 3. The bike laps were taken by Vasco Velasco, Shakjar Sagib and Hayden Wilde, and the run points was taken by Vasco Velasco again, Hayden Wilde and Johnny Brownlee. So points shared across teams there, and in that ongoing swim battle in the men, the Sharks take, I guess, the bragging rights in.
Kenji's been so strong in transition all day for the Scorpions. He's got to be quick here.
He's out too. Is he going to get? It's difficult when you're in that position, and
if he could get Velasco and get a little gap here. I got Hayden Wilde there.
Wilde in the middle. Now Wilde decides to mount his bike before the line, and Brownlee goes around the inside and mounts after, and off goes Wilde. Hauser there on the back. So
Reed as well, big swim, just off the back of Matt Hauser.
I don't mind Velasa for this, honestly. The more the race goes on, the more I think this could be something
Johnny
that...
Brownlee isolated.
Johnny didn't have a good transition.
No.
He really didn't. He's got to work really hard now to get back in, because if these three have got any idea that they've dropped Hauser and Brownlee, OK, it's only a couple of seconds or two, but on this course it can mean a whole lot.
I think Hayden Wilde will have a look. Vasco Velas is the exact athlete you want in a breakaway. He will go straight to the front and push. Hayden Wilde will see the little danger of Jonathan Brownlee off the back. And Matty Hower has to put his head down on this lap, close the gap, otherwise it'll be a group of three.
Has he got it in him?
Hauser?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. With Velasa on the front pushing.
Velasa is like a Christian Blumenfeld of a biker. He'll just put his head down and just give maximum attack, maximum watts to drag whoever is with him. He won't ask for anyone else to help him off the front. His stickers are stuck out like a couple of ears on the helmet.
Accelerate. We need Hayden Wilde to move around. If that group to stay away, I think Vasco will do this lap, and Hayden, he's had a look back, he sees the gap is there. It's whether he is prepared to capitalise and work with the group in three to keep them off the back, or knows he has a short chute, he's going to back his run to win the day.
Well, Hayden Wilde knows it'll take, if he can just keep Hauser away, he's going to take the championship lead in, but he's not the kind of guy who's going to think in championship terms when there's a race win on the line.
I don't know if
Hauser comes back.
I don't know if it's because Brownlee's in there, but I'm on the edge of my seat here. It's coming down.
That's what you're doing.
I can't
No, you're very
sit still.
fidgety. What's going on? I'm glad there's not a camera in here. And he can't sit still over here.
And I haven't even had a coffee for about 6 hours. But watching Brownlee, he is tentative on the wet, slippery parts, and I think the others will take advantage of that. They'll be aware of the fact that,
He's still in touch, though.
He is very much still in touch, but I can see this coming down to a very fast last mile now with the on the run. I don't think we're going to see any breaks. Will we see... Do you think Wilde having a bit of a dig, or he knows he's so strong on the run, doesn't he?
Yeah, Velasa and Wilde have the short shoots. The difficult thing for Johnny Brownlee, it's the worst place to be in a group of this size. This concertina effect happens on those dead turns where the athlete at the front and Velasa is pushing out of the turn and accelerating where you're at your slowest pace, and you have to really work to get back on. It's the spikes in power that may hurt his run. But he can also play it. If you watch Johnny, he doesn't rush through the corners. He comes onto the back of the group and doesn't try and fight to hold the wheel out of these turns.
A couple of big names have fallen back down. Richard Murray in 14th position right now, 43 seconds in arrears. Tyler Mislichuk a minute down. Yeah. He finished 4th last week. Now, Mislichuk, he had a crash yesterday too, so sometimes it just gets in your head when there's water on the ground, and he's probably been a little bit more cautious getting around this one, but he's going to be given a 15th position for his troubles. Riddle's fallen way back down as well to 16th, and Ryan Fisher's last of all at 80 seconds back for the Scorpions, but there's no one after this top 5. Taylor Reid's all by himself, 8 seconds back from these guys, with Dan Dixon, who set one of the fastest bike laps out there, having a pretty good race too in 7th from Emil Holm from the Eagles, so that Eagles pairing ahead of Chase McQueen and Valentine Wernz, who figured in the early stages of this race. As they head around the Olympic Park corner once again, and it's Velasa who has led this entire bike lap. Nina, who's still sticking around.
I love the way Velasa races. He just always puts himself in the action. He's always pushing the pace. He doesn't care what's happening behind him. He's not really... He is tactical, but he's not really worried about tactics ever. Oh, there's Ryan Fisher.
First elimination. We'd had plenty of eliminations in the women's by this, but Ryan Fisher, the Australian who came in for Vincent Lewis, is eliminated first. Chris Perham also in danger, as is Panagiotis Bitidos, but they've got a little bit, they've got about 20 seconds still before they see the elimination flag, so they should finish this race. But it is going to be, do not go anywhere, because this run is going to be incredible. From Portugal, from Japan, from New Zealand, from Australia and from Great Britain, 5 of the best short course triathletes in the world, nothing between them whatsoever. 40 minutes into this race with only another lap on the bike and then a 1.6 kilometre run for all of the money and the championship points in the second of 3 huge weekends of racing. Next weekend is Malibu, and then a couple of weeks break to Toulouse, and we finish in Neom on the weekend of the 28th and 29th of October.
it's going to be all about the transition here, isn't it? You know, Johnny Brownlee's got to move himself up. He's got to find some confidence to come through the field, because I think this run is going to be, or this race is going to be won and lost in the final transition. And let's not forget, there's a couple of short shoots.
I wonder where they take the short shoots. If you're Vasco Velasco or you're Hayden Wilde, you take it out of transition?
As soon as you cross the mount line, the first time, you have to take it.
Yeah.
There's no question you can't take it, because you actually,
yes, exactly,
with the position of the short shoot, you actually pass it 3 times.
You do.
But it was confirmed in the athlete briefing that they must take it immediately after transitioning. So there'll be plenty of time for the other athletes to run up to them,
yes,
if that is indeed the case. So the full 1.6 kilometres will come after the short shoot is taken, which will be taken, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen, by our championship leader, Hayden Wilde, and Vasco Velasco, who will rocket up the standings wherever he finishes in this. Hopefully for him and for the Portuguese and Rhinos fans, it will be on the podium. So into transition they come, and it's Velasco who makes a mistake and somehow catches it. That was incredible that he managed to catch that bike. Well.
Kenji again, fast through transition, Kenji
Nina Brownlee's quick too. But all 3 of those men won't take it. Wilde will and Velasco will, and they go back to the front. 1.6 kilometres to go. All the teams are represented in this finish. 5 different nationalities, 5 different teams, and they're led by the Falcon, Hayden Wilde, who did it last week. Can he do it again? He's got an immense run. Velasco second. Hauser's found his way back from obscurity into third.
He looks invincible.
Here's the replay. Velasco loses his bike, catches his bike.
Amazing.
What skill.
One day, a different bike. This day, throws the bike and catches it.
Matt Hauser looking fantastic. What a race from Matt. Hayden Wilde just always looks comfortable. He's very, very focused. He had that short shoot, but their transitions didn't give the benefit of the short shoot that it could have given. They were slowest in transition, both Vasco and Hayden, and that gap has been able to be closed by Matt Hauser because of a tardy transition.
So this is where Johnny's got to work hard up the hill here, because I think it's on.
I think that Vasco Velasco dropped his helmet when his bike. We'll have to go back and look at that replay again, but if so, that'll be a 5-second penalty if he didn't put his helmet on his bike or in the box.
In the box.
So that is the rule. We'll find out on the next lap. He might be held for 5 seconds. We'll get confirmation on that. It's currently in 3rd position, and that opens things up. But Matty Hower has put himself right behind Hayden Wilde, and Johnny Brownlee is in danger of losing touch with this front group of 3. We're going to head down now to the black carpet again with about 1 kilometre to go. The Sharks are in control, so we speak to Michelle Dillon with Vicky Holland.
Michelle, Hayden was a fantastic through transition, and he's taken his short shoot, but already back with company. How are you feeling?
Very nervous, because we told him he had to take his short shoot immediately, but he has got really good company with Matt Hauser and Vasco Velasco. And look, I think Vasco could be the danger here, but I'm just, fingers crossed, come on. The guy's a champion. I think he can win, but he's got some danger with him, so we are a little bit sitting on the edge of our seat right now.
Thanks, Michelle.
So no penalty at that stage for Velasco, who would have been stopped there.
He must be in the.
But he wasn't, so he must have got it in the box, picked it up in the back of shot, which is great for us because we want to see this. So amazing from Matty Hower to get himself back into contention, you have to say. He was 14 seconds down at the end of stage 2, and now he is leading this race. So it's the Australian up against the Kiwi and Annie Emerson, who is extremely biased towards Great Britain and the Cheetahs. Hasn't said a word for 5 minutes.
I've been silenced, haven't I? And I tell you why I've been silenced, because we watched Matty Hower on that last round on the run, and we thought that he was out of running, and he's come back in here and he's absolutely sticking it to Wilde. And Velasco here, this is phenomenal running from Matt Hower, who looked dead and buried 15
like Jersey
minutes
last
ago.
year, isn't it? Jersey last year when Hayden Wilde went out of transition on the last run too fast, and both Jonathan Brownlee and Alex Yee caught him.
Velasco's got Wilde too now. And now it looks like he looked so composed 800 metres ago, and now he looks under pressure, Hayden Wilde.
The fatigue of the enduro.
Velasco, this could be, you know, last time I think about Velasco in second, it was the 2020 World Titles with that in Hamburg with that 11-day lead-up, and Vasco Velasco was the Vice World Champion, and now he's in second position again, this time behind Matt Hower, who's putting down one of the great runs after taking an unfair penalty of about 25 to 30 seconds last week and coming back to second position. The Australian looks like he could run away with this one. Again, coming back from a significant deficit. The run was where he spent all his matches. He got overrun by Hayden Wilde last time out. Valasa is going to gap Hayden Wilde and put him back into third. So, could we have a new championship leader with Valasa in between Hauser and Wilde? I think we will, and Matt Hauser will take the lead into Malibu. The Australian, the Eagle, Matt Hauser, denied last week, takes it this week. Matt Hauser is your Munich champion. What an effort. Vasco Valasa picks up second for the Rhinos, and Hayden Wilde this time did not have the run. Brownlee finishes in fourth, and Kenji Nina will hold on to fifth. So the full rainbow of team colours in the top five, and that is the second week in a row of an incredible performance from Matt Hauser. Taylor Reid, all by himself for the last couple of disciplines, makes it 2 sharks in the top 6. Emil Holm, fantastic effort from Dan Dixon to pick up 7th and 8th, and they're incredibly important team points for them. And I think that's Chase McQueen in the back of shot, as the gaps between each of these athletes, the pace right on. McQueen finishes ahead of Max Stapley, and then 3 cheaters in a row. Just on the bubble of 10th with Shachar Sagib, who dropped from 5th to 11th after the second set of swim, bike and run. Stapley finishes 12th. Richard Murray crosses the line, so all the cheaters finish in the top 13. Well, the pace was right on at the front, wasn't it? Sergio Baxter, he won't be extremely happy with that after finishing 6th last week. He finishes 85 seconds in arrears in 14th position. But what a race from Matt Hauser. That was truly incredible once again. This is Matt Hauser's year. He's shown that again and again, and we're about to hear from our winner down on the black carpet with Vicky Holland.
Matt Hauser, second last week in London, first this week in Munich. You must be delighted.
Oh, I certainly wasn't pretty out there. I was battling some demons, especially on that second bike. I stuffed up the mountain, was chasing the rest of the way, but you said to me, Vix, as I entered the water for the last swim, big last swim, Matty, and I brought home 3 eagles.
That big last swim absolutely brought you back into the race. Did you have to go really deep there?
Not too much, actually. I just stayed in control, stayed calm, control my breathing, got onto the back, and I just knew I had to sit there on the bike. Vasco pushed us all the way, and then on that last run, I was like all or nothing. 1 mile, all out, and I managed to use the downhills. My long legs run out, and it's good to be back home, eh?
It's really great to see you on top of the podium. We look forward to seeing you next week in Malibu. Have you got any idea what that's going to hold for you?
More pain, I think. That's one word, pain and hurt. But I love Malibu. Great to be back in the surf. Hopefully catch a few body waves. And
good luck next week, Matthew.
Cheers.